he said they call them kite surfers.
Yeah.
Kite surfing up there. And we were fascinated by that. We watched this guy, he came right in by the shore and just whoosh, up he goes in the air. And you're like, it was so cool. There was probably a good 10 of them out there on the water last night at sunset. So it was awesome. So, am I standing? Well, of course.
Will you be able to see the kind of puppies? I better do another one this way. Sorry. Just getting the Becky behind.
Oh, thank you. I know. I watched it. That's so fun.
How are you finding the weather here compared to where you were?
It is actually yesterday was so lovely. It was beautiful. I heard that it poured rain the day before. So, but yeah, it's a little more humid here than we're used to back home because we live in very, very dry Arizona. It's very much desert climate. So it's a little bit more humid, but not terrible. It's not great on my hair, but you know, other than that.
Singapore.
It's true. It's true. So it's not awful, but it's definitely been. And we've heard that he said expect it to be colder, I think, in Tasmania. Is that normal?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can get the photo. Of course.
Oh, sweet.
Are we best to line up over there to get with you?
Well, she told me, I think,
I've got a question.
she told me she was going to come to the table, but it just looks like everybody
Okay,
is doing that now.
Yeah,
correct.
Some products that are going to be coming later this year that are going to have some additional 4x4s. And we're trying when we do collections that are exclusive for like the app and digital, because we are developing a few more of those just because not every product makes retail sense, meaning that, you know, we'll take an idea to our partners at American Crafts and they were like, well, that's not going to sell really well in stores, but we know that for us, it's something that we really want. And so that's when it makes sense to just do it for digital and the app, because then if somebody really still wants it physical, they can take the printables and they can print them at home and they can still slip them in an album. But it allows us a little more flexibility in terms of what we want to develop. For example, the latest update in the app had a kit called Brave Patient. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's one that Amber Labau designed. It's beautiful, and it's all kind of about, you know, telling your medical stories, whether it's a long-term or a short-term, a well-child visit or somebody who has been going through months of treatment. And yet at the same time, it doesn't necessarily, it's a little bit more niche, and so we knew that that wasn't necessarily going to do well in retail, but it's a product that we want personally, and we know that a lot of people will value from or benefit from, and so that's why we do it. And we always make sure that we're including 4x4 cards in those, because I know. Well, and you know, now that our 8x8 albums, because we really only have, it's either an 8x8 pocket page or it's 4x4 pockets, so we know that people need more cards to fit in those pockets, because a lot of people, and even our little 4x4 albums, you know, that's the size card. So we're definitely trying to do a little bit more with that. Obviously, our staple is still always going to be the 3x4 and 4x6.
These girls were saying that they can't get 8x8 the page protector.
No, but I know there is a worldwide shortage.
It's not just Australia.
It's not just a tool. I know. Well, and I mean, I'm sure you saw on Becky's social media. I mean, we ordered in over 700 packages and they sold out in 2 hours. Like we can't. I mean,
so hard to
we just ordered a ton more. We're like, we cannot keep them in stock. And what's interesting is that a lot but a lot of the retailers don't pick them up, because so people are always like, I can't find them here and I can't find them there, and I can't. They're available to anybody to buy, and so that's why we just want to go sit down with retailers and say, guys, people will buy these if you bring them in, but they don't see the same value in them that we see, because they don't understand the digital and the app prints and all that kind of stuff that people are really using them for. And so they just, I know in the States people are like, I go to Michael's, they don't have them. I go to Hobby Lobby, they don't have them. And we're like, they can buy them if they want to. They're available to anybody, but they don't see it as a product that will do well for them, and so they don't bring it into their stores. And so that's why, they fly out of our shop, because that's one of the only places that people can get them is in our shop.
I'm assuming they're going to start filtering through again, though.
Sure. Oh, yeah. They've got to, right? They have to. Eventually. I know. So, yeah. If we could,
they're actually more important than the paper of anything of it. You need the box to put your photos and cards in.
Yep. Well, I was going to say. Yes. So
they're not saying they want this to go along.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting balance of helping that, because we as a company, as Becky Higgins, are not the ones that are meeting with the retailers to say this is what you should bring in, because that's what our friends at American Crafts do. And so, obviously they know what these, but getting the buyers to understand what it is that the customers really want. They kind of think, oh, but we want this and this and this, and
Quick
we're bringing in all the
question.
basics.
Do Michaels and Hobby Lobby go to CHA?
They do.
They do? And they see how much of a craze it is, and they see the demand. Yet they
we meet with them too. Like, we sat down with the buyers at Michaels when we were there in January, and talked about new product ideas and all that kind of stuff. But
our customers want this from us, so we want you to.
Right, but it's such a but we don't control it, and so that's where it gets to be a little bit tricky. We're like, could you just?
And 9x12s, are they? They're apparently, nobody in Australia, our online stores are not holding, because apparently they're not. Apparently, they tell us they're not popular.
Right.
How are they in the States?
You know what? It's a lot. I have found at least that a lot of the people that are really liking 9x12 are those that like to be a little bit more creative, a little more artistic with their pages.
Okay.
And so, and it's a topic that we've talked to. We want to do different sizes of albums and things like that. But it really, again, is finding that balance of what retailers will value in terms of sales.
Yes.
Because obviously they want to bring in products that are going to sell well for them.
Make them. Yeah.
And because it is kind of that more niche market where I was talking about, like app and digital, and how we can do more there because it just opens up the door a little bit wider for us. It's kind of the same thing, is that because that is a more niche, and it's not ever going to sell as well as 12x12 or as 8x8.
Really? It's just that when you give a 12x12 to a little child, they're like,
Right. And that's where things like the 6x8 size is so great, or like our mini album size.
But then you find as a
album.
crafter yourself, I just need a little bit more space.
I know.
So I think 9x12 will be perfect, and it's like a lever arch file. You can put, but no, am I thinking? I'm the only one thinking this way, because everybody else.
But I don't think that you are the only one thinking. But retailers think differently, and so if we know, or from a perspective that retailers aren't going to bring it in, they're not going to find the same value in it. It's kind of the same as the 8x8 pocket pages. They fly out the shelves, right? We know how important they are, but not everybody feels the same way. And so, it's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Why can't they all just think like us?
I know. I want to say, it's so funny that you had Vegemite this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was good.
Sorry.
Yeah, and that's what I heard.
I've got my girls onto it because I can't do it.
Yeah.
So you don't like it at all? You weren't raised with it?
No, I'm never going to.
I initiated them into it from an early age.
And they like it.
They like it, and they like the new.
Did you have it properly though, or did you just?
From what I understand, we did it right.
Okay.
Our little Australian guides.
Okay.
Yes. So we had
warm toast. Did
butter.
You put butter?
Yes.
And then
just
a thin scrape. Okay. And you
now
still.
they varied in opinion, because we have kind of we have three gentlemen that are kind of because one's a couple with Lizzy,
you guys
and
around,
then
right,
Bob with us, and some of them said, oh, that's too much. And then somebody else said, oh,
no,
I
lather it on.
And so I feel like we got kind of a middle of the road scraping.
Well, I've got another one for you, okay? So I'm about to give Becky her present. So Tim Tams, Tim Tams.
Right,
Have you done the Tim Tams slam?
Oh, I've heard about it. No,
okay.
I have not done it.
All right.
But I've heard about it. The biting off the corner, and then the
right.
I've heard it. We were told about that at CHA.
Right.
So
I've given her a present. I want you guys to do it like on your Periscope meetings or whatever. And then this one's for Amira.
Oh, so fun.
Do it. It melts in your mouth straight away, and you're like, yo.
Okay, this is what I've heard. So okay. Hey, we're up for anything, right?
All your photos in a box.
All in the box.
And you want to put them in an album?
I do. I have got all the scrapping book stuff to start.
So you are a scrapper.
I have not started, but I do have intentions.
Yeah.
And finding the time, yes.
Yeah, every mom does, I think, right?
I think it does. And because I've got an album for each, because I have 10 grandchildren.
Oh my goodness.
So I have got one each, and everywhere we go we take pictures. So we'll have a bit of this and a bit of that.
So this is what this is all about. It's like everybody's memory keeping. How do you do yours?
Yes.
So it is about.
And I need to sit down. I mean, this is good because you can see
That's
what
right.
other people are
It's
doing.
so interesting to.
Yeah. And I'm going to take a week off soon, so maybe I can start the.
Do you know what I find the best thing is to have a table where it's all laid out, and as you're walking by, put this together. As you're walking by, stick that on, and that way it reminds you, I need to get back to that. I need to finish that one. So
that's a good idea. Yeah. But I will be doing that.
Need to come. I was like, oh my gosh, Australia, and my husband was like, well, I want to go. Yeah. And I told him, I said, babe, let me explain to you how this works. I said, this is not a vacation to
Yeah,
Australia.
that's right.
As much as I would love to.
He'd be like, "Bye, have a good day at work."
He's like,
I'll
we're going to be
I'll be at the beach.
Exactly.
Go work
So,
for the
but I
day.
just said we will literally be like
Store to store to
on a
airport.
plane to I said we will get to see as much as we can. I'm like, I would love to be able to have time to go see like kangaroos and koalas or things like that are kind of your quintessential what you think of when you think of Australia. I already got to do Vegemite, so we're good there.
And what did you think?
It was interesting.
It's an acquired
It was,
taste.
yes,
To
yes.
tick off her
You have
bucket
to have
list.
it from like the time you're one.
Right, and
to
that's what
appreciate
everybody has said. And they're like, make sure it's just a tiny bit.
Tiny
You
bit,
don't want to
got to be on like really warm bread.
Yeah.
Like can't be on cold bread.
So I feel like we did it pretty well. Becky videotaped me and Liz both eating it this morning at breakfast. and I think my face was kind of like a
very bitter.
kind of one of those. That was interesting.
Yes.
I didn't spit it out. I didn't
Chicken off
gag
my
or
butt.
anything.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
But I didn't
Polite.
come back for a second bite.
Yeah.
But she's got someone.
So are you technically jet lagged? You are.
I don't know what I sure maybe I don't know.
You're doing great.
Well, we made ourselves. We got here yesterday. I don't even remember what time we arrived because I just don't remember. It was sometime in the middle of the night for me in the U.S. But we told ourselves, we're like, we have to stay up until 8 o'clock.
Yes.
8 o'clock p.m. If we can do that, which for us back home is like
8 a.m.
5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And mind you, we had gotten up, so we got up Sunday I got up about 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, which would have been, I don't know, about maybe midnight Monday morning here. And so I was like, okay, 8 o'clock p.m. And we got a little bit of sleep on
So
the
you were
flight
like-
from LA to Sydney, but
Yeah.
that was a 15-hour flight.
Yep.
And I mean, we probably slept for 5 hours,
Yeah.
maybe.
You've got to do
and
the
you don't
extra
fly,
leg
yes.
over here.
And then we had each flight we had about a 2.5 hour layover.
Yep.
So it was Phoenix to LA, and then we didn't leave LA until about 11 o'clock at night, U.S.
So you've been
time.
up the whole day.
And we've been up all day.
Oh my gosh.
We'd gone to church and packed and all that kind of stuff. So it was about 11 o'clock. Then 15-hour flight over, and then we had about 2.5 hours in Sydney before we got on the flight to Perth, which was then another 4.5 or 5 hours, something like that. So it was
We
a
did it
long
last
day of
year in
travel.
November with our kids, and it was rough.
You went to the U.S.
Yes.
Okay. So what
we
part
had
did
to
you go
fly
to?
here to Sydney to LA.
Okay.
Then we did LA, and that first day.
Is that where you were staying then? Was
we
in
did,
California?
we did LA for a week.
Okay.
And we got the kids in the car, and they were like, we were like trying our best to keep them awake, and they were like, and we were like trying to wake them up and keep them up till the night time, and it was
And
rough.
so what did you do while you were there?
It's rough.
I'm always curious what people, because we know what we would do if we were there.
So we did LA, we did like the Griffith Observatory and a couple of things in LA, the museums, and we did Disneyland. Then we flew, let me check my book.
Yeah, check your pictures, check your...
Long ago. What did we do after LA?
Oh, fun! Look at that.
I know. Do you see her albums? Her
gorgeous
album's
album.
amazing.
Wow.
This to show Becky. This is what I got my son to do. So every day.
Oh my gosh, okay, I'm taking a picture of this.
took
Did she
it?
already take a picture of this?
Yeah. I think she took a video.
Okay. Fantastic.
So every day
Oh, and
I
your
got
photos
him
are
to
gorgeous,
write
too.
and draw a picture of his favourite
And how old?
He's 5.
He's 5, okay.
He's 5, so he did this every day. This was his schoolwork. And then we did
gosh.
Vegas.
Oh, did Vegas,
Yep, then
okay.
we did Vegas. So we did all the museum. That was good. The Children's Museum in Vegas. And
Oh, Beaver Dam, yes.
And then Disney World. Then we flew over and did Disney
Oh,
World.
wow, you did both. My
And that was awesome. We had 10
goodness.
days in Disney World.
Florida.
That was awesome.
10 whole days?
Yeah.
So you were there for
Right.
what, 2.5, 3 weeks?
4.
4 weeks.
4
okay.
weeks.
Wow.
Then New York.
That is
We
quite
finished it off with New
the
York.
trip. That is
So
an
I got her
amazing
to write
trip.
him a bit of a motivational thing there.
Yeah, that's
'cause
a
we've
great
got,
idea.
We've got some blank. We've got like 5
is-
spots to do.
that
When
is
we got home, we had
amazing.
about a week and a half, and I'm like, "Come on, Oliver, come on, buddy,
Yeah, let's
we've
do
got to
this.
finish
We've
this.
gotta do
We've got to
this."
finish this because this will be great when you
What
get
an
home."
Now, was
Good
this
weather.
your first trip to the U.S.?
With kids? Yes.
With kids, okay,
yeah.
okay.
I'd done it previously when I was younger in my 20s, and it was rough on the kids. We got home, we were trying to keep them up. We got home about midday, trying to keep them up. I walked past the playroom and my youngest sprawled out, spread eagle, just like starfish, fast asleep.
And that was how we were last night. We're like, we just need to stay up till 8 o'clock, and probably about 6:30 we were feeling it.
Yeah, your eyes,
we were feeling it, but
you do.
we made it to 8 o'clock at dinner, and we were like, all right. So then we went back. We went back to our rooms, and we both stayed up for probably about another 45 minutes. So I bet we were like curled in by 9, and then I slept really well. But at 5 a.m. I was up. I mean, my body was, because at that point is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for us. So.
And I heard Lizzy lost her luggage.
Her suitcase is still in transit to find her somewhere.
Is she all right about
she's
it?
in Spotlight.
She was leaving the same time as us to go to a store, but maybe I don't know. We're not as in tune with what her schedule is. I thought she had
so she's
full
got
day,
morning
So she
somewhere,
morning and
and then
schedule.
right.
And then, but I know that she stopped yesterday and was able to like grab a new shirt and stuff like because I mean, after you've been traveling for 30 hours
with the kids, like losing luggage, and I made sure in our carry-on we all had an extra shirt, extra pair of underwear, extra pair of pants for the kids. With our luggage, we have one day.
Well, and that's what we were gonna do, but then we also knew that like our space like in the cars and stuff like that was gonna be pretty So we were like, just put it all in one suitcase, and we'll
try and
hopefully not. Luckily, all of our stuff made it.
Let's hope it makes it
on the way back.
But she had like her watercolors were in there, which I think she needed for her project and things like, which I mean she can get at Spotlight, so it's not
your
like
stuff,
that
like your stuff, it's already been worked in. And
I was devastated when I was over there. I did not get to like Michael's or anything. I tried. We only had a car for the week we were in Las Vegas. We were just so busy doing stuff with the kids. It got to the end. I'm like, I really wanted to get to a craft store over there, get to like a big one, just to compare.
You like we see and hear about all the time.
I know, you hear about it non-stop over there. And I was like, damn it.
We're actually doing, because we've done Disneyland lots of times. We have actually annual passes for Disneyland, but we're actually taking our kids to Disney World for the first time this fall. So in October we're going and we're doing 4 days at the parks, and then we're doing a 4-night Disney cruise to the Bahamas. So my oldest daughter's going to be a senior in high school this next school year.
Oh wow!
And so we just thought, this is going to be our last big trip, last big trip before she leaves, and then it's just different. It'll be different from then on out. So we decided to go.
The Magic Band, I feel, just like made the experience just tapping stuff, just tapping for dinner, we did like the photo thing, the meal one, and it was awesome.
They're starting to do that at Adventure World now.
Oh really?
They're starting.
We just felt like it was such an immersive experience compared to Disneyland, because you just don't leave the park.
That's right.
And there's so many different parks. So I mean, Disneyland, you've got Disneyland and California Adventure. I mean, you've got both, but it's definitely
like 4 or 5 or whatever.
We are.
You saw her album. It was Disneyland and Disney World, and like, I mean, come on.
We lived in Toronto. We came here in 2009.
Okay.
We drove from Toronto down
to Disney World.
Wow. How long
good gracious.
3 days, because I had a 9-month-old, and a 3-year-old.
And a road trip with a 9-month-old.
Yeah, we stopped.
Everything else. God first everything else falls into place, but I do. So are you out there? Yes. So I'm going to stay close.
You managed to do that and then run all these.
Okay.
I'm in awe of that. I can't even handle doing that.
No. There's times and seasons, and I feel like I've been prepared over years and years. This is my 3rd time being a Relief Society president, and so I've had experience. So it comes a little bit more naturally, but it's also like first things first.
Yes.
As long as I do His will first and His work, and I love doing that work, then everything else falls into place. So, are you?
Because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You know what it's
Thanks for asking.
No, thank you.
Hi there.
Hi, it's Michelle. I think I might get you this one.
Yeah, you bet.
Hi.
It's lovely to meet
Are
you.
you in line next?
Thank you so much.
Yes, I am.
So Felice and Cassie. Hi. They're in line next.
I am.
And I'm going to be with you guys. So, woohoo!
Alright.
Okay.
So, hi Becky, how are you?
Really good. Thank you.
A movie that you saw on the way over.
Oh, I'm answering questions on the way over. It's called Amelia, about Amelia Earhart. Yep.
Okay, cool. Are you a shoes or a bag person?
Bag.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint chocolate chip.
Prefer tea or coffee?
Neither.
Okay. What is your go-to comfort food at the end of a long, long day?
Dark chocolate with sea salt.
Are you a high heels or a flats kind of girl?
Flats. 100%.
Puppies or kittens?
Puppies.
Favorite craft tool of all time?
Project Life.
Are you close to your mom or your dad?
Both.
Okay. Favorite color at the moment?
Green always.
Favorite color combination nowadays?
My logo colors. Yeah, I like this together.
Do you prefer yoga pants or jeans?
Yoga pants.
What show are you currently watching?
Oh, Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
What book are you currently reading?
The Book of Mormon.
And one more, how much washi tape do you own?
None. Oh! I know. I don't. So funny. I really don't. You're welcome. I'm glad that worked out to be able to do that.
No worries.